Here's the truth. You, brother, and me, and everyone in this planet Earth, we are all racist. Hey, 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 what a day. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kat, and in this channel, I chat, I talk, I gas, I yap, everything about living abroad, dabbling a little bit about immigration here in Canada, and my love, personal finance. So today it's basically just yapping day, and I'm gonna tell you all about this specific topic that my subscribers or my followers chose from this poll that I did a few weeks back. And yeah, we're gonna talk about it. Before that, I'm gonna put myself together first. Honestly, it's just a walk, so I'm not gonna put so much stuff on it. But I'm gonna be in front of the camera most of the time, so I'll put some little bit colors. As you probably have seen in the intro, you're right. We're gonna talk about racism. I had a lot of doubts talking about this because it's very juicy, it's very spicy. A lot of people doesn't like to talk about it, but a lot of people are scared about talking about it, and me too. I am. But I think it is important to talk about it, to know, to be educated, to understand what it is. Now, I'm not as woke as other people are. I am an observer though. The black and the white and everything in between. I try to see those things and be empathetic as much as possible. So if any way that you don't like to hear anything from this content, I don't care if you don't watch it. It's fine, no hard feelings. But if you wanted to indulge in a conversation that's respectful, let's talk. Let's chat. Here's the truth. You, brother, and me, and everyone in this planet Earth, we are all racist. That's it. We're all just racist, a bunch of racists. Oh my gosh, I am going to be banned. I know it's hard to really digest that we are not as good as a person, as a human, but it is the truth. We all are in some form, in some way, are the R word. You know, racism is not just the overt feelings, over the top violence, killings, and stuff. Because before we even get to that point, we are in our own subtle ways are having these projections, these ideas of hatred in a subtle way, of racism in a subtle way, and then eventually it just grows and grows into something over the top. You know, it's just subtle internal biases we have within ourselves. It might not be all our fault, you know? It's been passed to us by generations to generations. Same thing with other traits or characters that we have. It's sometimes passed on by our ancestors, and it's sometimes passed on because of the environment, of the situation. And again, sometimes it's not our fault entirely. It's just planted in our mind, even in our culture, our history, our books. If you grew on a culture that has racism on it, we won't know, we won't really understand it until we look from outside. Because we grew up on it. It's our normal thing. It's the nature of how we grew up. I like to say that it's like an invisible thread that's just intertwined, woven into our daily lives, unfortunately. This time around, it's a little bit better, but still, it's out there. But you will see when I was a kid, at least, There's we have a book, and one is dark skin cartoon person, and the other one is lighter skin cartoon person. They're talking about personal hygiene. And apparently, this dark skin is dirty, hasn't been into the shower yet. And then this white skin, very fresh, pleasing in the eye. And it's in the book, okay? It's like a book where kindergartens learn, like that kind of book. Spiciest time of the celebrity back home in Philippines, if you're Filipino, Ann Curtis, Angelica Panganiban, all those mother goddess ladies, Christine Hermosa, special mention, sino pa ba? Heart Evangelista, all of them are white skinned. All of them are this beauty standard, which they are really pretty, gorgeous, drop dead gorgeous. They are absolutely no doubt about it. But we're Filipinos. We're not usually white skinned. Oh, another story I have, which is very subtle. Um, Here, when like I'm here already in Canada, in class, I'm the only Filipino, which is fine with me. I don't actually care. But 80% Indians and then the rest are Canadians. And you'll see how Indians chooses to be with Indians, how Canadians will choose to be within these people, Canadian people as well. And you'll just see the division of everything. And it's fine. Yeah, sure. I'm like different cultures. You're familiar with your own culture, so you will choose to interact with them. But if you're in class, you are basically forced to interact with each other. And by the last bit of your class, up until to that point, you will still see the division between different races. That's something that's tell you something. That's something weird going on in that. Okay, so we're talking about stories, right? About subtle racism around here in my experience. So one time then I was hired by this small salad bar restaurant. I don't have anyone I know in there. Most of the employees are, let's say early 20s, mid 20s, or teens. Um, White people. I don't know necessarily their races, but their skin complex is 100 times whiter than me. And I was enjoying it. Of course, it was my first job, so it was challenging, at least because it was my first job. I don't know what I was doing. Um, and then apparently people were talking behind my back, saying that I don't know how to speak in English. So the boss fired me. He texted me saying that I am not understanding English. And I was like, what? What do you mean? I literally talked to you. You literally talked to me. You interviewed me. What do you mean I don't understand English? And then that's it. He fired me because apparently I cannot speak English. I cannot understand English. But I didn't take it to heart. I didn't sue him because I'm new. I don't know anything about for protection yet. But I realized after that oh yeah, most of the employee there are white kids. And honestly, they weren't really that friendly to me. I know in terms of their treatment to me, they're already talking behind my back. Probably their assumption that I'm new to the country, I'm not good in English, so they did not change their mindset according to them. I'm sure there are a lot of, in the media, there are a lot of things that, um, an example of how subtle racism is being used and how it affects the community we have right now. I was reading through some quick summary books around racism and I found Dr. Beverly Daniel Tatum. So I only read some summary of her book, Why Are All the Black Kids Sitting Together in the Cafeteria? That's the title. If you've read it, let me know what your thoughts. But I I really like how he explained how systematic racism functions like smog. We don't always see it, but we are breathing in it. It's very pervasive, and even when we're unaware, it's affecting our perspective. It does. This doesn't mean that we are terrible people. It means we've inherited something flawed in this system we have in. But what can we do about it? The first step is always awareness. Awareness of things, of words, of mindset that we have that subtly touching on being racist to other people. Because we need to acknowledge that this, our word, exists in us, in all of us. In some level, it is what it is on that kind of thing. But pretending we're not that, pretending that we are clean or whatever, it only makes us blind on how we might continue harm the people, harm the system, and building this flawed system around us. Awareness it's some sort of power because it helps us it helps us be aware of what things that we need to break, what cycle we need to break. The next is education, not just for ourselves, but for others. When we encounter someone with overtly racist beliefs or behavior, instead of meeting them with aggression or hostility or hatefulness, let's try to meet them with education, facts, and understanding that it's not fully their fault. And maybe that's too idealistic for you, but I think that's where we should all start. And of course, I understand there are some situations where we need to call people out, which we should. That's basically what I'm doing right now. Call them on, but with purpose. And again, if violence is not the key, violence will only just make things worse. And honestly, violence is literally just part of a flawed system that we use to silence other people. Again, even though they're mean, we don't have the right to hurt them. Also, help them understand where those beliefs may have come from. Perhaps, it has been passed on from their grandparents and their grandparents' grandparents. And we recognize that these beliefs is deep-rooted. It doesn't excuse the behavior, but it can help us address the behavior continuously or constructively. Sorry. Maybe this sounds very idealistic, but let's shift shame to growth, from pointing, from blaming, to taking accountability and growing as a community. Again, it might be a very idealistic kind of point of view, but really, is that how low quality people are we? I don't think so. I believe that we are not that low quality people. I believe that we could learn and grow together and break the silence of this flawed system. Again, a very idealistic point of view, but I just I believe. But let's recognize that the work starts within each of us. So, if we can face our internal racism, strive to unlearn it, we can create a ripple effect. Thank you guys. Thank you for coming, for listening to my TED Talk, literally. Um, I hope you like this kind of conversation, kind of content. If you do, and if you have some thoughts that you wanted to share, please comment in the comment section below and let's try to converse. Let's be respectful on each other, obviously. And yeah, be just literally kind to each other. I think it is important for us to talk about these kind of things. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like this video or dislike if you don't like. I don't care. Anyway, bye. Kill me. Oh my gosh. Shiki, 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 shiki.